You did good, Sarge.
Hey, Sergeant, how much longer are we gonna be here anyway?
At least until your crappy playing gives away our position.
Gentlemen, we are about to take part in a most daring offensive against the enemy. Glory or a glorious death await.
We get a choice which one?
Show the lieutenant some respect.
Who's this pissant?
Private Leslie Perron, but further introduction can wait. The Germans have pulled back to the ridge. We, mes amis, are going to take it from them.
All right, you heard the lieutenant. Get moving. Cole, get on that 50 cal. Peterson, start loading some ammo. And someone turn off that friggin' radio. That's not fighting music.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Hey guys, welcome back.
Guys on the road.
So, you know, I've been doing the whole, like I've been telling you guys in the last video, I've been doing the whole doctor thing. I've been sick now. It's been about 3 months, maybe a little more. I don't know. As of now, they don't know what's wrong with me. Now, I've known for years that I'm a diabetic. And they said my blood sugars and stuff were a little high, but that's not what's causing my other problem that I got going. So, I gotta go see a specialist on that. I was actually supposed to be going here Monday, but you know, it was the bitch. I get paid once a month, so I don't have the money to see the doctor, so I'm gonna have to reschedule my own appointment. So, but I'm not gonna sit here, I'm not gonna go, oh, poor me, medical things. We all know I'm sick. You know, I'm probably dying, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who would like to see that. But, all joking aside, either way. So, I mean, how's everybody been doing? I mean, I know I've been not active like I wanted to on this channel. I wanted to be like, you know, playing games, posting games up every day. I wanted to be doing this a lot. I wanted to really get into this channel. But man, it's just been hard lately. I mean, you know, with everything we've already talked about, we've already went over all that. Not going to bore you with it. So, yeah, let's just, you know, I'm gonna try to make conversation. You know, it's real hard to make conversation when you're talking to yourself. I'm not one of these YouTubers, you know, and I've seen that, like, people actually, they come in and they say, like, oh, write down what you're going to say, write down what you're going to do and talk about. I can't do that. Because if I sit here and I read a piece of paper, I'm going to be like, I'm going to lose my spot, and that will mess me up more than it would to do this. Like, I know people do that. They pre-do up their commentaries and everything, and I mean, God, I've actually watched a few people. I find that more boring. I'd rather watch a person's video who's just straight talking to you about something, even if it's about their dog or whatever they want to talk about. But I'd rather watch that. I find that more entertaining. So I know I gotta get, you know, I gotta start doing some commentaries. I gotta get that Advanced Warfare, which I know a lot of people, you've seen the game, you played it. But as the thing is, I still want to post the Advanced Warfare up. I mean, the reason I'm going hard on this one is because I do figure into my own mindset that this is it's an older COD game. It's bringing people in the new aspect of it, like, man, I forgot about this game, or I've never seen this game. So, you know, it's something different than what everybody's playing. You know, I know the Advanced Warfares and all that. The newer games, they get the views. They get the subs. But, you know, and that's cool, but this is, you know, enlightening you. It's brightening your horizons. So, as for games though, who plays like Boom Beach and Clash of Clans? Now, I know I do. Now, I've like, I don't know, I never, like, I had Clash of Clans before. A buddy of mine at work told me about it. I loaded it on my phone. I think I played it for one day and I was like, man, this is stupid, and I deleted it. And then my brother-in-law was telling me, he's like, no, it's good. You got to build your base up and you got to do this, but it can become real fun. You know, I've actually, you know, I've joined a cool clan with some people. I've made some pretty good friends from there. And then I've even earned my way up to be a co-leader. So that was, you know, it's kind of cool. I like playing with them. It's a bunch of cool people, some friends and whatnot I've made. But as for Boom Beach, man, I don't know. That's one of those games. I've been playing it for a while. I did real good, but now it's just like everyone's outranking me, and I'm like a rank I'm like a level 45, I think, or 46. But it just seems like the bases they keep making me want to attack are like 50s and 60s. And I'm like, God, and my base ain't even really rushed. But man, in that game, if anyone played Boom Beach and you know what I'm talking about, but those shock launchers, man, they kick my ass. But yeah, so nothing really has been going on too much with me. I mean, I've been working, I've been dealing with the doctors and doing all that, and then working nights, so you know I sleep pretty much through the day. So that's when you get my odd load time. So I mean, if you happen to catch my video, you might not see, you know, if you're one of these normal people, like if you work a daytime job, or if you're a kid and you go to school during the day, you know, if you want to try to catch and see one of my videos, your best chance because I want to, you know, being sick to me is no excuse for not posting videos. I need to get more on this. I need to start doing it because, you know, I'm playing poor me, I think, a little bit. I mean, it's, you know, not like I'm not really been feeling bad, but I mean, just, it don't take me no energy to sit here and hit record on the thing and talk. But, you know, but there is those days when, like today's an up day, so I'm doing pretty well today. But then you get those days where you're just really down. You're like, man, I don't even want to go to the computer. I don't want to go in the other room. If it wasn't for me having all this footage already recorded from when I was well, I wouldn't have nothing. Because, yeah, I haven't even played a game in months. But I got I don't even know if I talked about this. I might have talked about it in the last video. Yeah, I did. I told you guys I got a PS4. Still don't have no games for it. Maybe that's what I'll do is I'm gonna maybe start a donation to get me games. But I want to get an Elgato because I actually have my PS3, which I play all the time, and I still play it. I have this back in my little, it's like a movie game room. It's a pretty neat little setup I have. But I have it back here, my PS3 with my Roxio HD. You know, so I play it back here, but then the PS4 is out in the living room because that's where I go out and play it. My wife's out there. She likes to play on game systems and stuff. We used to have a couple PS3s back in the day, but one of them died. Actually, we've killed 2 PS3s. I'm still on my I'm on my third, but this one I've actually I bought right before they kind of, like, everyone started. I mean, PS4s were out, but it was right before everybody started going nuts. I bought this one. So hopefully this one will last me for a while, because I still like a lot of these games, and I still got a lot of friends who they don't play PS4, so you know, it's good to get on and play with them. But yeah, I want to get the Elgato though, because I heard even with the Elgato, because I know they have a new one, and it's I already forgot what it was called, but it was like an Elgato HD 60, I think. That one supposedly works with like Xbox One, PS4. It's a little more pricey, but I heard even the older Elgatos still work. It's just little, you know, not as great quality, but it's still, they say it's really good. And I know a lot of people I talk to and watch their videos, I know they still use the Elgatos, and it looks good enough to me. But as for the Roxio, I mean, if you're watching the videos, I've always noticed too, because YouTube always wants to downsize its quality. If you watch it up, because on PS3 you can't record it in HD, so it's got to be, when you're watching it, put it up to the 720 setting, and usually the videos are a lot better, a lot more clear. I mean, on the newer games like Advanced Warfare, you don't even really got to touch the quality button. It just, the games are so clear on them, they look good, but like on this one, not so much.
Lieutenant!
Ah, Baron, we missed you. Have a good nap, did we?
But Sir, I was manning the radio,
You should have been manning a gun.
Battalion radio. Jerry set up a command post in an industrial compound nearby.
Bon, then that's where we'll make our stand against Jerry's counterattack. They won't go quietly into that good night. Nor should you, Baron. All right, men, let's move out.
Yeah, I'm still going to try to shut up for you guys on these little cutscene parts so you can hear them and see them. But that's the problem I have usually when I'm doing the voiceover for these and I'm not recording live. Because I just kind of, I start talking, I'm like, so you kind of get the, I don't really look down at my computer too much to watch the video as it's going. So, yeah, I'm going to try to keep my eye on the computer a little more, but then I get distracted. But it's the same when I'm playing, I get distracted, so who knows. But yeah, the Roxio quality though for the PS3 with the newer games like the Advanced Warfare and all that, they look pretty good. They're, you know, the quality on them's pretty well, but these older games that, you know, originally came out like on PS2 and stuff like that, you gotta switch that setting in the YouTube box to 720 to get the full better effect. Which I've noticed though, I've watched some YouTube channels, you know, big and small, ones who actually have like high-tech recording equipment and stuff that, like, you know, I dream of having. But they have a, you know, they always put it in the lowest setting. And I wish YouTube had a thing where, you know, it would put it in higher setting, but it always wants to shove you in very low. So, and then I noticed when it does that, it wants to lag and the screens look all fuzzy on the computer. So, you know, it's not, I don't know, I don't like the way YouTube does things. YouTube's one of those, you know, it's one of those sites where it's fun to be on, it's fun to do what you do and to voice your opinion or to post entertaining stuff up. You know, YouTube's got its fun things about it, but then YouTube's got its dumb side. Like I've seen YouTube channels and even people I'm subscribed to. Like, oh my god, like I can't even tell you how many I watch. Like New World Shogun, Guns for Show, Commodore. I mean, there's so many, and Insidious Minds. There's some YouTube channels, and I'm sorry if I forgot other people who I watch all the time. I mean, you know, I'm just kind of going off the top of my head, but you know, there's some of these guys I watch all the time. They post great content, like videos I just love to watch, and you know, they won't get the views or get seen like how some of these bigger channels are. And I was clicking on something because I've gotten curious into this game, and I'm not a PC gamer, which everyone knows. But I got curious because I started watching some of these 7 Days to Die videos, which I thought was a pretty cool looking game. But there was a YouTuber I saw who's got like a couple million subs. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't like the guy had a bad voice. It wasn't that he was anything. He was very boring to me. And I'm sure, you know, he's doing something right because people are watching him. But I'm sure people listen to me and they go, God, this guy's bland as shit. But, you know, I watched this guy's videos, though. And I watched, and it wasn't just one. I was like, oh, you know, because anyone could have a bad video. But I watched, like, probably about 3 of his videos. And he was just very unentertaining. And I was like, man, this guy has got all these subs, all these views, and YouTube pushes him up. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, but there, you know, there's people though, like names I already mentioned. Hey, they sit there and they post great content. They're entertaining. They're funny. They're just fun to watch. You know, and they don't get no views. And I mean, I guarantee if people went and watched them, they would get the views and the subs. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind these people would. And like, I mean, like Wolfenstein game and everything, Guns for Show's playing that. You know, I've been watching his series. I haven't even watched it on anyone else's channel, pretty much. I've watched it strictly on his. I don't even have the game. I've been watching it on his. It's been very entertaining. Insidious Minds. Nate there, he plays a lot, you know, he plays a lot of different games, a lot of computer games, but he'll do a lot of the little scary games and everything in there, and he's always entertaining with them. New World Shogun, he posts a lot of the Battlefield videos, and I'll be honest, I didn't get much into playing Battlefield, but it's fun to watch him though. It really is, because like I watched him even once on a live stream on Twitch, and he was like that guy who you're just like, really? like, wow, he's that good at playing Battlefield. And he's like that guy you just hope you're on the same team with him because you don't want to be on the opposite team. And the Commodore now, he's another one. I'll tell you what's funny about him. He's kind of like, he's opinionated. Like he's not shy to tell you things. Like if he has a thing that he's gonna bitch about or tell you, he will tell you. And then he'll post things where he'll look in the news and he'll find something kind of like a funny story or something. But he will, he goes on there, and it's hilarious. I mean, and then he'll get in these weird conversations. I don't know, they're just entertaining to watch. But that's why I think YouTube, though, I don't know, I just don't like the way they set up some of the things. You know, and I've looked on the main channel of like YouTube, like when you're not logged in, they give you all those recommendations and stuff. Because after you start watching videos and you're logged in, they'll recommend you to a bunch of weird things, and you're like, okay, like big YouTubers. But like I could sit here, someone could watch my video right now, and they're not going to recommend you, hey, why don't you go check out this guy, or this guy who's a smaller YouTuber. You know, they don't do that. They try to say, oh, why don't you go watch like PewDiePie, why don't you go watch these guys? It's like guys who I've seen, I have no interest in watching. I mean, a lot of people, you know, they'll badmouth the bigger YouTubers. Now, I'll be honest, I got my couple I do like to watch. You know, I got into watching a long time ago, which kind of got me started into playing, or not really playing, but recording, was NGT Next Gen Tactics. They, you know, I didn't watch their Next Gen Tactics channel so much. I watched their NGT Zombies. Now, like with them, I mean, I don't know. I think it was more I watched them because I related a little more because, you know, I'm 32.
Sergeant Callar, secure the entrances.
Yes, sir. Cole, you're with me.
Because I'm 32 and these guys are all up in.
4 ways in. We block off 3. Jerry will be bottlenecked into going the way we want him to.
Sorry, I was shutting up for you. No, but see, these guys they're older, so you know it's kind of like, okay, so I kind of relate. I mean, I know a lot of these younger kids, they get in, and I've seen channels where there was good people, and they'd post good videos, and these were other bigger channels. But then, you know, YouTube has become a lot of really little kids, and I'm not talking like kids like, oh, you're in middle school or high school. I mean, I'm talking kids like, these kids are in like elementary and they get on to watch Minecraft. I mean, I know I got a couple nieces and nephews, they get on and they watch some Minecraft videos. And, you know, and I understand why some of these people have actually, like, they started, you know, getting more kid friendly, because, you know, it's kids. And, you know, and some of these people, they've already got the subs, so their name's out there. So they can do this, and they can get the subs to come over, and they can gain new with their views and everything they're pulling in. See, I can't. So, you know, I'm just more, I just more like to talk. And I can't remember how I did in this mission. It's been so long ago since I've actually played this, and now that I'm recording on it, I don't remember how well I did on this, but I know on some of these controls and some of these missions, like I remember this mission, you had to plant stuff. I remember the first time I played this game, I must have spent like an hour trying to find what I was supposed to do. Oh, and another good YouTuber I like to watch. I'm sorry, this dude I always watch. I can't even believe I forgot him, but Noobwebs. He's another good dude I watch all the time. And like I said, anyone else who I forgot, sorry guys. You know, I'm kind of not been with it here lately. So, no, but Noobwebs, he's another guy. He gets on. Now, I haven't caught one of his live streams in a while. It's been a while since I've been on him, because usually whenever he's doing them, I'm at work or I'm not around. But Noobwebs always does them where he used to do live streams on YouTube. And I think he kind of went over to Twitch. But he still posts on YouTube all the time. Like, he'll post highlights and gameplays and stuff. But, yeah, he was one. He used to actually live stream right to YouTube. And even while my my stuff ain't really wanting to, like, I hate the Roxio because they tell you, oh yeah, there's a button, you just click here and you're live streaming. I hit that button once. It worked one time for about 5 minutes till I turned it off, and the reason I turned it off because the quality looked horrible. Not nothing I'd want to live stream. I mean, I wouldn't even have watched it if I was somebody. If I would have looked at that and like, whoa, that looked like crap. But it was the fact though that it was actually working. It was live streaming. But yeah, after that it won't work no more. And supposedly there ain't no fix for this, and I don't even know. Yeah, Roxio, I think they need to just go ahead and update their. I mean, because they do updates on their software stuff once in a while. But that's one I think they need to go ahead and update and just remove that option, because to me that's just a giant tease. I hate the fact that it gives you the option to do it, but it don't work. And it's not like I'm not getting it to work and it's my problem. Like, it's everybody's problem. Nobody can get it to work. Yeah, I can't remember how good I did on this one, but I remember when I played it, I was like, oh god, this was the mission that took me forever. So that's what was a little more challenging. I remember with this one, Call of Duty 3, and I remember the Call of Duty 2 that came out on PS2. Those games, they didn't give you much of, like, you know, there was more, you were like a lone gunman, you were kind of doing what you did. They, like the new Call of Duty games, you actually gotta, like, you get all this support, like there's always people around you, they surround you, they help you, they tell you where to go. This one, you kind of got that crappy compass and you're just kind of figuring it out, and you can go right to the spot on the compass on this and it's like, oh wait, there's nothing there. Yeah, I remember this part. I can't remember, because I remember when I recorded this game, for some reason this game came up to some problems and I had to keep doing stuff. Like, I had to re-record different levels, and that's what actually got me into wanting to just do talkovers. Because I would sit there and I was recording this, and like sometimes the quality of the game wasn't working, and I had to go back over, and it was a pain in the ass. So I mean, like I said, I don't know if it was my game capture system itself, or if it was just because it's an old game. So it was kind of what made me say, okay, I'm just gonna do talkovers, and just hope I don't ramble on. It's like I say, I feel like whenever I'm doing these though, and I'm talking, I feel like I'm in the movie Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby, when they were interviewing him and he had his hands up and he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. So I do know a lot of my subscribers, like I got guys who used to be in law enforcement, and I have guys who used to be in like the Marines and the Air Force, and I've made friends doing YouTube from all around the world, and a lot of people have been in the special forces. Now, I'm a corrections officer, and I actually went to school to be a cop, but I just decided to stay as a corrections officer. But, the one thing I always wanted to do, I always wanted to throw a hand grenade. I mean, my dumb ass would probably blow myself up, but I've always wanted to throw a hand grenade in real life. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to throw a hand grenade. Yeah, if I recall, I think I forgot what I was, like, where to find more rockets or something. I don't remember. I spent a lot of time dicking around. Yeah, but that was the other thing. It was also about this game. Not only did, like, the game recordings mess up, the game itself also messed up a lot, too, where it did, like in the one I talked about it in one of my previous episodes, where I went into a room, and if you had to choose what path you went, left or right, but if you went the other way, for some reason the game always glitched on the PS3, and then you couldn't progress on, and you were just stuck there, and like I forgot about that, and and you always had to go the certain way, which I talked about it in the episode because I had to go back and replay it, and seeing it was stuff like that. So that's why I just decided doing the talkovers were better with this game. And then also my other computers, they pretty much all, yeah, I died. But my other computers, they all shot shit. So I had to get a new one. And I actually don't see the option on this one where to plug my Yeti in, my microphone. And I actually have the recording plug in as well. So, I mean, because on this new Dell I got, it looks like there's only one option for one slot where to plug in. So it's either I'm recording voice or I'm recording gameplay. So I think, yeah, that's just, you know, unfortunately, until I can save up for a good computer and I can get the option to be able to plug both in at the same time. Yeah, I think the live recordings, though, are going to be done. I mean, because I do have one computer where the mouse on it's kind of messed up and it don't really work too well. But it works enough. And I mean, I could always, like before, I used to record voice on the one computer through an audio setting. And then I recorded on the other computer, and then I just mashed them together. But that took too much time. Because then I had to email me the voice thing, pull it off, download it onto the other computer, and line it up with the video. And if you weren't just right doing that, you could tell that it was messed up. So yeah, I choose not to do that. And that was the other thing about this game that was kind of weird. Their cutscenes were always off. Like, you think like at the end of certain missions there should have been the cutscene, which they always did it into the next mission. So it's like when you guys see me end a mission and then it goes into what progresses on from this, that's actually the game how it goes. That's actually not me just cutting it off early. That's the way the next mission starts, is with, like, when I finish this mission, you think it would go into the cutscene of what happened. But no, that starts the next mission. It's weird how it does it. But, you know, I hope you guys are really enjoying this game. Because I enjoyed playing it. It's a fun game. I didn't like much on the multiplayer. I mean, the multiplayer's on there for the PS3. You can get on and play the multiplayer to this. But man, it is one of those, it is just hard. But you know, it's hard, but it's kind of neat as well, because like there is no kill streaks, there's no doing all this and that. Like, it's running in a field, but when you're running in a field and it's you against a couple people, it's, you know, because there's not that many people playing it. I think I found a couple matches where I was able to play it, but then I did find one where I think it was a hack lobby, because there was just one dude who was not going down, and I don't think it was lag, so who knows. But you know, I found good lobbies with this, but it's one of those, it's hard, man. It's like you got to pick. You got like the machine gun when you're playing multiplayer, and I hated the machine gun in multiplayer because when you were aiming down the scope, he automatically drops to the ground and mounts the machine gun. You can't just aim down and shoot. I mean, unless you're hip firing, there's no aiming down the sight unless you're going prone. So, you know, the machine gun sucked, and then there was a few other guns, and then their backup guns always sucked. And then there was the sniper class, but man, yeah, you weren't hidden. There was no way to do anything to hide yourself, because, you know, there's no perks.
Get over here, Cole. Take cover.
But guys, yeah, that's gonna be about it. I'm gonna let this finish out. Hope I didn't bore you too much, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks guys for listening. Later.